What's going on, guys? It's me, JT, but you could call me Nick, and that's right, we're back. And we're playing some more DDLC Plus, and we're doing more self-love. We're going to finish off the final side story. So let's go. Hey. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki already had typically been meeting Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friend when she didn't feel like seeing them.
Oh, not like we just saw that in the last side story.
Today she's holding up a large plastic container in both hands. I ran into my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I hadn't seen them in a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured I would share them too. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of her container. You made cupcakes. You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her thin fingers. It's brown with dark green frosting immaculately shaping into a floral pattern on top of some kind of glittery powder. How pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. Are these for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really think about it, I just made them. I just thought that because green is Monica's favourite colour, right? Well, yeah, but that's not really. Yuri takes a small bite. This is green tea flavoured. I love green tea. Oh, do you? It was just a random idea I wanted to try, so...
Oh, sure, yeah.
Don't laugh at me. I'm not. I was felt happy. I know, you didn't have to do that. Oh, sorry. If someone laughs, you don't say that. You don't say, don't laugh at me.
What's that? What's that? Don't laugh at me. What's that, mate?
Usually when... Never mind, what I mean is that I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just wanted to do something nice. And this is something I happen to be good at. And I know that you like them from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated herself rather generously to Natsuki's cupcakes. Ironically, her mouth is too full of cupcake for her to stammer an excuse, so she just settles for a disapproving look. How did you get into baking? Oh, well, I don't know, I just always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got like super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day. That's something I always knew I liked anyway. It's like, baking is like art. When you get good at it, it gets more delicious too. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. That's my other favourite part about it. It's something I can do that make a lot of people happy, like unconditionally. Everyone is always so thankful, and in that moment you get to be like the bringer of joy. I don't know, it just makes me feel valued. Excuse me. Yeah, I guess that. Sorry, I was drinking. Maybe I misunderstood. Oh, it only turns into a fight if I lose my cool, and that's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things get worse. So they're not going to stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are. I'm only the one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it. Especially since I have somewhere to go now that I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yuri clenches a fist. I'm glad that the situation is resolved, and that you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. I know that cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me, but it's the best I can do, so you have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box, then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know, and I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know you care about making your other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were making you happy. You make me happy. Oh, okay. You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. That's why they want to spend time with you and be your friend. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. She pulls to her knees and her chest starts sobbing into her arms. What's happened? Natsuki, I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her eye. You didn't. Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak them through. I just really hate myself sometimes, and it feels wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult, and I can't even think of a single thing about myself that somebody would like. And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person, like to be nice and do the nice things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, maybe Sarah and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know, I think a lot of these negative things too about myself. I never feel like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say, and later I feel like I said all the wrong things. And I just spend so much time thinking about myself, pitying myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So I understand some of that through my own experience, and that's why I wanted to write the letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those images in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Monica told me that a good person to reflect on these things. The desire to improve yourself, then make you a good person, so don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around, and you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh. You're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead, and you care about a lot of other people, and just a lot of things. Oh. Well, now you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. And you don't think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile, then she sighs as it fades again. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I will go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feels like what? Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared they'll get mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. What would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy? Well, that's just not a fair hypothetical. Natsuki says that, but with little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy. And I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused. Because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. Okay, say that 5 times. It makes my head hurt. Being mad, being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best for me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. It's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. To do what? You know, to end it with them? Natsuki nods. I was gonna say, to end it with herself. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. It's just one of those things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. Like, so much of you has gotten into it. So much that it feels like that's just how your life is. Yeah, I've had a few things with my friends like this. Well, not like this, but different. But, yeah, I've had a few, but anyway. And And throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. It makes me feel sick to think about Natsuki's size. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know, a lot of things. Like being alone, not having anyone to talk or hang out with, not being able to replace what I have with them. And I don't want them to hate me. And I'm scared they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically. Not physically, but Yuri clenches her fist. Natsuki, what? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. Whoa! Natsuki snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Oh, you too now. Sorry, I like that. That's all. Oh. Well, I meant it. I know you did. I like that Natsuki sprite there with that smile. I think it's the cutest one. It's very nice. From there I could say that was my wallpaper. I like a look at that. Come on. You can't tell me that's not. Come on. Look at the smile. Look at the smile. Thank you. Okay. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spreads through her. She holds on to that feeling, knowing it will give her courage. Oh damn, this one's pretty wholesome actually. Ah, you're first here today. And you brought reading material. Natsuki is sitting in her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well as opens her own book. It sucks when a good series comes to an end. Like it's just a big part of your life, and then one day there's just nothing left. Fazbear Frights is coming to an end, that's right. Fazbear Frights series is coming to an end really soon. One more book, guys, and that's over. Yes, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to the book reviews and book summaries. I don't know why it stopped, but I should really get back into them, eh? Oh well, too bad, so sad. I'm not gonna do it. Can't be screwed to do it, so it makes you feel so empty. I won't put it that way, Natsuki. It's just that, a good series is over. I mean, sure, it's sad, like, when each time I watch a Titan season, there's only 3 seasons of it, but each time I watch a Titan season and it finishes, I'm like, oh, because, I love Titans. Titans is my favourite. Because I haven't watched Titans, so go bloody watch it, mate. Really good DC show, Titans. Watch it. Really good. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of the series. That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know how if I'd want it to go on forever. Maybe. But there are some things I wish I could. On the other hand, had you ever read something that you overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing I've read that got pretty unbearable like halfway through, and the ending that really sucked. So it sucks when something good has to end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. I guess it sucks either way. Well, that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way through their respective reading and material. Except Natsuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like with friends at the mall or downtown or whatever. I'm not a total shut-in, Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people, like you and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and rarely spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. If she plays Dungeons & Dragons, she's a geek. Anyone who plays Dungeons & Dragons is a geek, and you know it, and it is the most truest thing. If you play Dungeons & Dragons, you're a geek, big time. Board game group? It doesn't matter, it's just more nerdy stuff. And a nerd. Why do you ask anyway? I was just curious. I just realized that I couldn't picture it, so I was just curious. Oh no, she's curious, Yuri. Why don't you answer her properly? Yuri looks at Natsuki and realizes that she's shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls to her knees into her chest and puts her head down again. I can't take this. Did I do something? Yeah, you did everything, Yuri. Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over what she may have said or done. I did. I ended it. Oh! I texted them earlier telling them, and then I just blocked them because I'm so afraid of their responses. And now it just feels like I'm dying inside. Oh. That's... I'm sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words of support to offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki's unusually hard breathing fills the air. Then she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help, I can't take this. I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you through it, okay? Natsuki meekly nods through her rapid breath, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. Then she puts her hand on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Natsuki nods. Her shaking becomes more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good, safe place where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulders, she can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. We'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and we'll breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuri takes a deep, slow breath. Beneath her hands, she feels Natsuki's shoulder rise as Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. They exhale together, although Natsuki's breath shakes the way out. That's good, let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more, and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels the rest more of her weight. I don't know, I'm zoning out. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feeling of your breaths going in and out. And the weight of my hands on your shoulders. You're in a safe and comfortable physical space. By now, the worst of it has passed, but Yuri is determined that... No, I can't talk. She stretches her arms. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologize. This must be enormously stressful for you. Is that going to keep happening? It may or it may not. We can take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time. Natsuki motions to sit back down again, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her own book from a dusty floor, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off the cover. I don't think I could have gone through the get alone. You're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her lap. From now on, I don't have to do anything. That's nice. As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to so openly share her thoughts. But something about Natsuki, of all people, makes it feel so much more natural to do so. Perhaps because, like Yuri, Natsuki is so timid about and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taken a long time for Yuri to finally realize it. Because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted, demonstrating that you deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuous journey of learning to love yourself. Oh, look at that. Do you really mean that? You're probably Why are you reading Why is Yuri reading? Has she been reading that whole time? Oh my god, you antisocial asshole. What are you doing? You're probably gonna regret saying that if you do. How so? Because I'm probably gonna have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. Now you're giving me permission to be as annoying as I want and drag you around to a lot of places. I see. Well, you already said it, so you can take it back now. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. I know a good ice cream place. Oh, that means you'll finally figure out my favourite ice cream flavour. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? The first day you came to the club, you guessed everyone's favourite ice cream flavour, but for me you said you had no idea. Seriously? I don't remember that at all. Bull crap! It was literally like 5 days ago, not even in game time, I mean. Oh wait, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It was a good guess, but my favourite is usually to get chocolate and raspberry together. I could go for some ice cream. I haven't had one in a while, unless you count that Rick and Morty ice cream that I had. Chocolate and raspberry. How fancy. How is that fancy? Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that. Well, maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. Hey, strawberry's my favorite. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. I think it helps to have something to look forward to. I do like how Natsuki's on Yuri's shoulder. This looks cool. I don't know why. It's nice. I still have the sick feeling in my stomach. It's easy now to convince myself that I did the right thing. Is there anything better I could be doing? Excuse me. Not that I know of. There's nothing that will make this easy for me. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, we never talked about the letter you wrote. But I feel like we're way past that at this point, and I don't even know what to talk about. Except that I think, the way that I like to be treated, and the kinds of friends that I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place, even though I was so scared of causing many problems. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially. Oh, well, not exactly. What do you mean? Nothing. I may have tracked you down first. Oh, right. With the help of Sayori. But you said I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to, whatever you wanna know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad that you worked up the courage, even if it was in your own way. I can tell that you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave and it will make things better in the long run. I think anyone would be proud of you for it. Anyone? You mean like you? Yes. Like me. You know I can get used to this. As long as you don't tease me too much. Fine, just a little then. That's fine. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now, but I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. The two girls continue that conversation for the remainder of lunch, but now a feeling hangs in the air, and a feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours there will be another literature club meeting where the four club members will happily spend time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next. Yuri thinks to herself, since she is about to finish her long-running series, it would be best to have a new book lined up. It's going to be the manga. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the bookstore. Or not. Together. Oh! Well, there you go. Oh, we got some mail. Well, let's see. Issues caused by unprotected memory. Well, there you go, guys. There we go. That was the Yuri and Natsuki side story. It wasn't bad, actually. I didn't mind that one. Let's see. From Ravi Rasso. Titled Mail Group, 2019. Subject: issues caused by unprotected memory. Has anyone evaluated the side effects that might be caused by sharing a memory pool between multiple virtual machines rather than allocating them separately? I'm looking at some of the files VM1 is generating, and I'm finding some information that definitely shouldn't be there. Monaco, I assume. I haven't seen any evidence that this is actually affecting the inside of VM itself, so I don't think it is a priority, but it's definitely worth noting. My best guess is that memory being freed from VM2 isn't getting zeroed out, which technically gives VM1 access to it. All of the info I have will go in the issue tracker, but I wanted to check if anyone else has already noticed something along these lines. Ravi Rasso. And I think we unlocked the... Yes, equals! Alright, we're going to do that next video, though. Pictures. We've got all these. We have one poem left. We got the... Oh, I still like this CG. This CG is good, but I like the other one. We've got one more CG, which I'm sure is in the final thing. The secrets are... I don't know how I'm going to unlock these. We've got all of those. We don't have all of the pictures though. We don't have all of them. Oh. Oh wow, that's nice. Well then, guys. I'm gonna end the video there. So please leave a like and subscribe. Next video, we're gonna be doing the equal side story, and tomorrow we're gonna be doing the equal side story, then the good ending, and then we're gonna be done with DDLC Plus. So yeah, please leave a like and subscribe. Bye bye.